Did 50 Cent just declared war? His savage new memes and viral parodies are tearing Diddy's reputation to shreds, revealing explosive details you all that and more. Let's find out. What's up, you guys? It's your girl Liz. From scandals to surprises, we're breaking it all down, so grab your popcorn. Now, let's dive into the latest gossip.
Fuck, like he called, we should kick it on telephone and after the main.
Right.
And the nigga be like, matter of fact, they sent me the girl pictures of this girl, like, not the that y'all saw.
Hey, baby, we had a great time. Stay in the light. It's all good. Get your rest. You are the crack pipe.
A voicemail of Diddy dubbing 50 Cent's baby mama his crack pipe just surfaced in federal court. And now, 50 is exploding online, dragging them both into a public feud that's turning this entire case inside out. Yes, 50's reaction proved as savage, diabolical, and humiliating as anyone expected. But what nobody saw coming was the astonishing depth of this love triangle, or how it connects to sex trafficking claims, freak-off parties, and even custody threats over a child stuck in the middle. Because what just played in court wasn't just freaky, it was critical evidence. And while Diddy stayed completely silent, 50 Cent pulled receipts, Instagram posts, parody videos, and private payback, reaching all the way back to a casting choice in BMF. This isn't just a rumor, it's a genuine federal scandal. And it all began with one damning voicemail. It wasn't some private moment.
Baby, we had a great time. Stay in the light. It's all good. Get your rest. You are the crack pipe. That's my new name for you, crack pipe. Or should I call you CP? But
his tone was steady, neither hushed nor slurred, conveying an odd, almost tender affection. This wasn't some vintage recording from 2006, nor unearthed from Bad Boys archives. It reverberated through the courtroom in 2025. Prosecutors firmly suspect the recipient was Jane Doe, the unnamed accuser now providing testimony against Diddy in his federal trafficking trial. Yet, both social media and industry sources are openly naming Jane Doe. She is widely believed to be Daphne Joy, the model entrepreneur, Diddy's ex-girlfriend, and the mother of 50 Cent's child. This revelation solidified everything for his loyal fans.
And they spent 5 days in a hotel room. Said they had dinner on the balcony, they went all the way, and she let him know that she had a child with someone that he knew. This person did not get along with Diddy, but he said that he didn't mind.
Because with 50 Cent's well-known history with Diddy, suddenly all the pieces fit perfectly. Yet, that stunning revelation was hardly the most shocking detail. The courtroom's audio testimony then shockingly resumed.
I want you to stay in the light. You know what I'm saying? We had a very, very good time together. Like so much fun. So much fun. Now go rest up. Get in your bag. You know what I'm saying? You got your contract. Find a nice little spot. Put your mind at ease. And yeah, I had a great time.
Break the prosecutor showed text messages from October of 2023 where Diddy said to Jane Doe, "I want to spend the day with you." And she replied saying, "You make it crystal clear what you want me for." And then she asked him, "You're going to spend the day love bombing me?"
Love contract. Court testimony revealed Diddy purportedly provided Jane Doe a monthly allowance of $10,000. This wasn't merely for her housing. He financed her home furnishings, her dental work, her fashion label. She even confessed others received similar treatment. Diddy reportedly engaged in this practice with numerous women, all operating under what sources now term love contracts. For Jane, however, it escalated beyond a simple arrangement. Prosecutors described Diddy drawing her in with affection, only to ensnare her in opulence. She grew dependent on him for money, emotional support, and physical needs.
Doe calls Diddy a fuck and says she believes he has bi-curiosity. After the short break, Teeny Garagos asked Jane Doe if she was willingly participating in these hotel nights. She said while no one physically forced her at the time, she was a willing participant, saying, "I felt I had to keep the relationship." She also said that the most affection she would receive from Diddy were on these nights and that she liked the parts when it was just him and her.
Records show her testimony outlined an expectation. She was to attend specific hotel nights, gatherings with drugs, sex, and occasionally paid male escorts. These weren't spontaneous. They were careful.
For 24 hours, yeah, you always wanted to set some up. So now you got the opportunity. So set some up for tomorrow night. That last vision we had that was Dawn and ATL. See you put it together,
And Diddy,
baby.
it's claimed, left no doubt about her required conduct. He reportedly texted her, "You got me on my job. It will never work like that over here. You need to get on your job," clearly defining her obligation to please him. He further warned, "You have left me no choice. You have me treating you. I am trying to be clear. I am going to disappear on you." After one freak-off went wrong, he allegedly delivered another chilling reminder. "Look at the roof over your head and that pretty smile. I don't want to do anything if that's still an issue." Yet, she stayed until the legal proceedings forced her hand. If ever a moment exposed the harsh reality, this was it. Under cross-examination, Jane Doe was asked, "You gladly received designer purses, right?" Her reply, "No, I got trauma." When questioned about a Bottega bag, she sharply responded, "I'm sure you have one." Pressed on its value, Jane defiantly shot back, "How much does my body cost?" Her documented jealousy regarding Young Miami was then addressed. She recounted Diddy's public display of affection with Miami dates and red carpet appearances while she felt hidden, transported like mere freight.
Former Chief of Staff Christina Koram and asking if they got along well. She testified that KK actually disliked her and that negatively impacted how Diddy would treat her. She said, "I believe she had strong opinions about me, which influenced a great deal of how Sean also treated me." Now, remember in Jane Doe's testimony how she had said that KK told her to fly to Miami with substances in her bag? Well, the defense team pulled up a text message saying, "It's not written in these texts." Well, Jane Doe confirmed that it did happen, but it happened verbally over the phone.
Now, first of all, this was not a written contract. This was a verbal contract. You know how you and your man is talking and you asking him for some money to pay some bills. So I guess Jane Doe and Diddy were talking or whatever, and he said, "How much do you want your allowance to be?" And Jane Doe said, "15K. I want my allowance, my monthly allowance to be 15K." And Diddy was like, "No, it's going to be 10K." So they agreed on 10K.
This understanding explains why Jane's bitterness towards Young Miami transcended mere emotion. It became a crucial legal asset. She asserted Diddy weaponized their arrangement, labeling her needy, envious, and manipulative. She felt compelled to endure his evenings, knowing refusal meant financial cutoff. At one point, her voice fractured, describing efforts to conceal bruises with makeup after he purportedly choked her during an altercation. Yet still attending hotel nights, still sending loving texts, still expressing gratitude. She confided in the court that inhabiting Diddy's orbit felt like living in an unreal bubble. Despite everything, she admitted a part of her still longed for his attention. This is where the situation turned truly grim. She testified Diddy's involvement went beyond invitations. He issued precise directives: who to bring, what attire, exact timing. He allegedly tasked her with recruiting others and to ensure their silence. She stated he offered incentives, flights, gifts, even rent. Prosecutors now characterize his operation as a freak-off enterprise, a complex web of women engaged in transactional sex where consent was clouded by confusion. This was no mere hypothesis. The love contract was a verified reality. She confirmed its existence in court. She recounted Diddy asking her financial expectations. She requested $15,000 monthly. He countered with $10,000, which she accepted. Notably, this wasn't a formal written agreement. It was entirely verbal, much like casual conversations where one might ask for funds for bills. So, as Jane Doe and Diddy conversed, he inquired, "How much do you want your allowance to be?" Jane Doe responded, "15K, I want my allowance. My monthly allowance to be 15K. Diddy replied, "No, it's going to be 10K. They settled on $10,000. They outlined a 2-year understanding. She relocated to a new home with her child. Diddy covered her furniture, provided capital for a fashion venture, yet she remained bound to the requested lifestyle. One evening, she testified to agreeing to an all-star night, where she and Diddy would co-host a hotel freak-off with their top 3 male performers. She desired an exit. She began fabricating excuses, even sending a text with a pink toilet paper photo hinting at her period. His stark reply, "Don't ask for money again." The courtroom fell silent as those messages were read aloud. Thus, the question expanded beyond Diddy's excessive power. It became whether Jane was truly a victim or simply his preferred plaything. For every tearful account, there was a luxury handbag. For every alleged violent incident, a money transfer. For every freak-off night, a lavish suite, a contract. Even the jury appeared uncertain. But 50 Cent, he reacted without hesitation. The instant this courtroom chaos became public, he launched a full-scale assault. He accessed Instagram, uploaded a selfie of Daphne Joy, juxtaposed it with a courtroom sketch, and then posted the year's most cutting caption, "Hey, does anyone know who Jane Doe is? I'm trying to research this." That post vanished within hours, but not before screenshots went viral across TMZ and every hip-hop blog imaginable. The implication was unmistakable. 50 wasn't merely trolling. He was publicly exposing her during a federal trial, using her very image. Then came his second post, 50 Cent and his son Sire offering a legendary side-eye to the camera. The caption, "WTF," yet 50 didn't stop at just memes. He engaged his AI team and unleashed one of the most brutal parody videos the hip-hop world has ever witnessed, Freak Off Family Matters, a satirical take on the classic sitcom intro. It was re-edited to feature Diddy, Daphne, Cassie, Young Miami, and every name linked to the Freak Off rumors, all dancing to the lyrics. It's a rare condition this day and age to demand a freak off with so much rage, a strange addiction, and you'll ever find some people say that he's losing his mind. Well, then there must be some magic juice inside the closure. Because all I see is a chocolate thing busted over, everything is gone by. It's the biggest break of Santa. And just when he seemed finished, he played his most audacious card. Back in 2023, when initial rumors suggested Diddy and Daphne were more than acquaintances, 50 Cent made a subtle power play. He cast Young Miami in his own series. That's right, BMF, the Black Mafia family drama he executive produces. Most initially considered it a mere collaboration, but now its true intent is clear. A calculated hit job. Consider this: Diddy's current partner in a show produced by 50 Cent, while Diddy was allegedly involved with 50's baby mama behind the scenes. If you believe 50's motives were solely jealousy, reconsider. Around this period, Daphne still resided in the Diddy-funded residence, still received monthly payments, still bound by her love contract, and 50 was aware Diddy was intimate with his child's mother. Rather than losing control, he leveraged it into a lucrative streaming deal. But the most vindictive post of all was reserved for Father's Day. 50 didn't share a sentimental photo. He didn't post a vintage picture with his son. He posted this: "Happy Father's Day, little expletive, I'll have full custody soon. Little expletive, you'll be back on OnlyFans in no time." Little expletive, this was particularly messy because just months prior, 50 had initiated a filing for full custody of their son, Sire. This was purportedly due to Daphne's involvement in the Diddy lawsuit and her connection to the ongoing sex trafficking investigation. Daphne, however, wasn't remaining silent. In fact, her subsequent action would drastically shift the narrative again. By this point, the entire internet had effectively re-identified her. Jane Doe was Daphne Joy. The courtroom illustrations, the leaked testimony, the freak-off receipts, all evidence pointed directly to 50 Cent's baby mama. For a moment, she seemed overwhelmed, but then came her forceful response. It was far from subtle. She posted on Instagram, addressing not only 50 but the global audience. It read like a personal declaration, a digital cry: "Let's put the real focus on your true evil actions of raping me and physically accusing me. You are no longer my oppressor, and God will handle you from this point on." She directly accused 50 Cent of assault and abuse, a revelation nobody anticipated. She made it clear she would not passively accept this. She refuted Lil Rod's claims. She denied being Diddy's paid escort and initiated a defamation lawsuit against 50 Cent.
She explained to the jury that love bombing was a very common manipulation pattern that she would get from Diddy, where he would shower her with affection and then he'd want a hotel night. She responded to him again saying, "I'm not an animal people can F on," and he responds with, "You're crazy." She said that he would call her crazy often, especially if she said she was uncomfortable with doing a hotel night.
Every time she asked for something, a new coach money for her kid, a dental appointment, she knew the price would be her body. And even when she said no, Diddy reminded her that the cameras were still rolling, that they could just have you a movie night instead. And that's where Rue leave her. Still on the stand, still breaking down, still testifying against one of the most powerful men in music. But the twisted part, Diddy's still paying her rent, and 50 Cent still posting memes. And Young Miami on the back of Diddy's bike, hair blowing, laughing like the queen off Chow's. And that brings us to the edge of the seat, with Jane Doe's testimony still echoing. Diddy's alleged love contracts laid bare, and 50 Cent refusing to let anyone off the hook. This isn't just a news story. It's a battle playing out in real. Whose side are you on? Drop your theories in the comments section.